Hey, you've been making quite a name for yourself. Everybody's talking about you.
Look how dumb they look trying to figure out what to buy. Yeah, sure, just keep standing there like an indecisive idiot.
I need rings, Super Bowl size. I need a fine dime with some Super Bowl thighs. You say you the truth, that's a Super Bowl lie. I flex on a nigga like a super swole guy. You come into the squad and you super gon' die. I make it look easy and I super don't try. It's funny, everybody always looking up to me, but I've always been a super short guy. Bye.
What is going on, guys? This is JWAGS 412, and today we're talking about High on Life, published and developed by Squanch Games. That's right, Xbox had nothing to fucking do with it. Nothing. I'd hate to start a video like that, but it needs to be said, because people on Twitter and shit like that, I've seen the YouTube comments, oh, Xbox needs to lock Squanch Games down. This is the best Xbox game of the year. Xbox had zero to do with this fucking game, and it's only being associated with Xbox at all because it's day one on Game Pass. So it's kind of their fault that their game is so heavily associated with Xbox, but it's available on Steam, it's available on Xbox, it's available on Game Pass day one. But Xbox did not help publish this game, nor develop it. They had zero to do with the making of this game. I have absolutely zero idea who Benji Sales is, but he says, High on Life has now reached the top 4 most played games on Xbox, only behind Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Fortnite, and GTA 5. It's ahead of huge free-to-play titles like Apex Legends, Roblox, and Overwatch 2. I can't overstate how impressive a performance this is. Huge engagement. Oh my Christ. So the key word there, huge engagement. Not sales, not how many people beat the game, not the completion rate, not how many people made it half through, but engagement. And what does engagement mean? We all know what engagement means. That means the amount of people who downloaded the game and never even played it properly, or who downloaded the game and played for 5 minutes, half hour, and fucking deleted it or turned it off and never played it again. That's what engagement means. When you have a fan base that's so starved for new game releases, they're so fucking, it's so goddamn dry on Game Pass, on Xbox General, we have not one fucking big AAA release on your day and date service in a whole fucking year, then yeah, everybody's gonna try High on Life. But I just gotta throw it out there. Don't believe all that fucking bullshit hype. Don't believe that Xbox had anything to do with the success of this game. They paid them to put this game on Game Pass day and date, and that's all there is. I personally would have bought this game for $60 without Game Pass. This is a decent game. Decent game. It is a fun game. It is a enjoyable 10 to 12 hour experience. But this isn't no big AAA banger. This isn't no fucking nothing to compare to anything Insomniac made. Like I've seen some big people claim that Squanch Games on the same level as Insomniac, or this somehow compares to something like Spider-Man. No fucking way in any department. But minus the Game Pass bullshit, and minus this association with this game, and minus all that horse shit that goes along with Xbox Game Pass, how is High on Life on its own merits? High on Life is a good fucking time, man. I thoroughly enjoyed my whole experience with it, and I'll tell you why. Now, if you're buying this game or trying this game on Game Pass, the one thing you're going to encounter, the main thing this game is really made for, is the banter of the guns and the people and the world. That Rick and Morty kind of humor. I don't really like Rick and Morty. I don't watch Rick and Morty, but I did enjoy the humor in this, and that's what you're going to get. That's the whole draw of this game, is the funny jokes and, and the kind of like 7th grade humor. If you like the kind of shit, you're going to enjoy this game.
Didn't he used to be a hero?
Yeah, used to be. Hard to tell these days, right? Towards the end, the only thing I was cutting for him was sandwiches. Not even the good ones. Peanut butter sandwiches. And no fucking jelly. Not even like ham or anything good.
There was a lot of shit like that in the game, and believe me, that's a very toned down part I just showed you, but there's all kind of shit like that. A lot of it had me howling, man. A lot of it had me actually laughing, like chuckling out loud, which is hard for me to fucking do anymore. The best thing I compare it to, like in recent years, is if you enjoyed the South Park game, The Stick of Truth and A Fractured But Whole, and all that kind of banter going back and forth with Cartman and Kyle and all them guys, I think you'll enjoy the banter in this game.
Oh, I'm getting sand in my mouth. You fucking helmet-wearing piece of shit. You can't relate to this. Why don't I have a helmet? You're getting me the helmet upgrade the second we're done with this. Oh, shit, Greebles. Look at him go.
But like I said, that's the main draw of this game, and that's why I like it so much. Now you get into other things like combat. Combat is not terrible, it's not great. It's a very average FPS shooter, but it has a little bit of depth. You have 5 different weapons. Each one has their own special ability that you're going to need to maneuver the world and kind of traverse. And of course, each of these additional weapons each have their own personality, which is pretty cool. But even with that depth, even with that variety in weapons that you don't really get to the end of the game, the combat here is still pretty stiff. It starts out really stiff. You only have one gun in the beginning and one moveset, but it starts to open a little bit. Later in the game, you get, you can a dodge mechanic, you get a jetpack, things like that, and things open up a little bit. But for the most part, the combat is pretty bland. The enemy variety in this game is very, very bland. I think it's only maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 different enemy types, which makes combat boring, very boring at times. There's plenty of times too where you don't have to kill all the enemies to advance to the next level. If you have a lot of enemies, you can literally run through the map to your objective and skip all that shit. The AI is pretty brain dead. It's not very challenging, even on the hardest settings. It does the job as a shooter, but it's really pretty uninspired, and it's not doing anything to break the mold.
Brother. Fuck yeah! Oh, fuck yeah! You seeing this shit? You see how cool this is? Get fucked in! You just got juggled!
Now, story-wise. This game is not going to win any awards for storytelling in the slightest. It's not an awful story, but it's not a great story. You are a intergalactic bounty hunter who is fighting a space cartel known as the G3 in order to save his home planet, that being Earth. That's pretty much the goddamn gist of it. Now, of course, it's going to be boss fights, and these are known as bounties. These are leaders of the cartel you have to go and kill. And these boss fights, pretty much all of them are pretty uninspired, man. Pretty basic, pretty easy. Not very fun, in my opinion. Especially the first one was fucking just god-awful.
Hey, I'm still here. You can still use me if you want. I can deflect attacks. Did you know that? I'm not just all about stabbing. Well, I'm mostly all about stabbing and tethering, but I can also deflect attacks. I'll slice them to fucking death. I'll cut their fucking heads off. I'll rip their limbs. I'll fucking do everything. I'm gonna fucking cut right.
But you know what? Perhaps that was intentional, to make these boss fights easy like that and not take itself too seriously. And I appreciate this game for that. This game never takes itself too seriously and constantly reminds you that it is a video game and makes plenty of references to older video games. There's an achievement called You Can't Do This in Fallout. I'll let you guys figure out what that achievement is.
Alright, let's see how many hours you logged in Fortnite or Minecraft. Do you play those games? I'm trying to do a sort of psychoanalysis thing where I can access your stuff. Let's just say you played 90 hours of Rocket League. Wow. Might be auto sports fanatic, yeah?
Another gameplay mechanic in High on Life is there's actually a decent amount of platforming. It's not the best. It's not the best platform you're ever going to do. It's not the most fun platform you're ever going to do, but it has an abundance of it, and it is adequate enough. Again, it leads back to the dialogue and the banter, as I said, is the key to this game. I never got annoyed. The only thing I was annoyed by is you're going to encounter the bounty hunter's sister. Her name is Lizzie. And anytime she talks, I fucking hate it. That she is so goddamn annoying. Her and Gene arguing, you guys settle arguments between those. Lizzie is annoying as fuck, and I wish I could turn her dialogue off. Other than that, I enjoyed every part of it. There's a lot more to talk about in this game, but I'm not going to go into everything. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys. I want you guys to go out and enjoy it yourself. But do I think it's a good game? Yes, it's a good game. Not a great game, but a good game. If I give a number rating, I'll give it probably a 7 out of 10. I think Squanch Games did an amazing fucking job. Games like this are needed in the industry, and I hope they make something else. I hope they make a sequel. I hope Game Pass does not hinder the money they're going to make for a possible sequel or an additional project from them. As I said, it's a short game. I took my time with it, and I beat the game in a little under 12 hours. I didn't do all the side content, but there isn't a ton of side content to this. You have things like the movie theater, and definitely check out Tiny Town. That shit is hilarious. That is it for this time, guys. If you played High on Light, please let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on the game. I would fucking love to hear it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. Talk to you guys next time. Thanks. Oh, and good luck. Have fun.
Oh, wow, look at that big shot platforming all over the place like some tough guy. Hey, fuck you, fucking asshole contender. What did you do? I have to slip and fall into that bottomless pit, you fucking asshole. Okay, yeah, I can help with this.